What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. So first things first, as always, I just want to go ahead and say thank you for clicking on today's video. Thank you, God, for another day, another opportunity. And man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Go ahead and turn on post notifications because I'm uploading every single day. Hit that like button, and I want y'all, every single one of you, to comment down below. Where are you tuning in from? Now, as y'all can see by the looks of the title and the screen, today I'm going to be bringing y'all two of the best two-way pass first swing builds on NBA 2K22 Next Gen. Now, I recently just dropped a video of this build and gameplay involved with it, and I'm telling you, I had so much love and support on that video that I had to go ahead and show y'all the builds and how you're able to make them. Now, the person who actually commented and wanted this build is named Renee, but we're gonna go ahead and call you Nene today, so I hope you are tuning in. I hope you specifically are having a great day. Now, let's go ahead and get into the build and what you want to see. So first things first, for my version of this build, go ahead and make it under the small forward position. When it comes down to the height, go with 6'7", with the weight of 181 and a 7'1" wingspan. Now, I want y'all to know beforehand that there are two different versions of this build that I'm bringing to y'all today. The first one is actually going to be the one that is badged out from top to bottom, and you're going to see what I mean exactly by that. And remember, we're also going to be able to get contact dunks, dribble at an elite level, shoot as well, and then the defense goes crazy on each and every one of these builds. So let's go ahead and get into it. As you can see, with the close shot, I'm going to go with the 79. 84 driving layup and an 87 driving dunk, and that's going to bring us up to a total of 22 badges. Then from there, we're going to go ahead and get into the shooting, and I'm telling you, the shooting is honestly one of the best parts about this build because you meet certain thresholds to still hit 99 when it comes down to your stats for the shooting in takeover, with boost, as well as running with teammates that are going to have floor general and defensive leader. So that's going to leave us at a total of 24 badges here. Then, once it comes down to what we're going to be looking like on the playmaking side, this is really the main part about this build and what puts it all together. I'm going to go with the pass accuracy of 84, max out your ball handle, and go with the 77 speed with ball. And we're going to be brought up to a total of 26 badges. And now, let's go ahead and get into what we're going to be looking like on the defensive end. So, best believe that when it comes to this part of the build, honestly, the most elite level that you can make a lockdown, and a rare lockdown at that. We're going to be able to get 29 badges, and once you add everything up together, including the 10 extra badges that we're going to be able to unlock from each season that has already passed, as well as our rebirth. So, you're going to be able to easily get over 110 badges, max out the physicals for the speed, acceleration, go with a 70 vertical, then you can throw the rest into your stamina, and if you wanted to, you can definitely adjust anything on this build, whether it be your free throw or your speed with ball, to get extra points towards your stamina. Now, I feel like 85 to 90 stamina is going to be perfect, especially if you are using this build in the city or the park, whichever you want to refer to it as. But right here, these are the badges that we will be getting for each tier of this build, and I'm telling you, all around, this definitely is my favorite build all year. Yes, because of the build name, but this just proves that you are able to make rare build names and still find success with them. So this version is the badged out version with the most possible badges, but that does not necessarily mean that you're going to be able to create the best possible build. I'm going to go ahead and show y'all, in my opinion, next, what the best version of the two-way pass first swing is, but keep in mind that both of these versions are definitely unique in their own way. So as you can see, we got the slashing takeover, then also the shot creating, sharpshooting, and the lockdown. Now I'm gonna be real, on this version, I love these takeovers much more than when it comes down to my version, and the only reason is because on my version, we have the same 3 takeovers of shot creating, sharpshooting, and lockdown, but instead of the slashing, we do get the playmaking on the version that I decided to make. However, that's still going to be a huge W if you're looking to be more of a team player. So once it comes down to the first takeover, I'm going to go with extreme clamps. Secondly, I would really like to run ankle breaking shots just so I could break ankles and add those animations to the arsenal. Let's go ahead and check out the build name. Pick whichever takeover is going to be best for your playstyle. And as y'all can see, coming up first, the 110 plus badge, two-way pass first wing, and I think the comparison of Jaylen Brown is honestly perfect. Now, we're going to go ahead and get into the second build, but before we get into that, we are already more than halfway through this video, and some of y'all have not hit that like button yet. So what I need y'all to do, go ahead and comment down below. Where are you tuning in from? Also, hit that subscribe button if you haven't so you can join the Rich Gang family. And finally, do not forget to go ahead and just let me know what kind of builds in the future do you want to see, and what kind of bangers do you want me to make for you as well. And what I mean by bangers, if you don't know what that means, that is just a really good video. But I'm going to go ahead and continue to call it a banger. So let's go ahead and get back into the making of these rare builds. So the only difference, in my opinion, when it comes down to this version and the previous version of the two-way pass first wing builds is that honestly, I'm not just saying this, but my version is much more well-rounded, especially when it comes down to the defensive end. I love the way that I decided to make it really an all-around defender. You can even call this build a multi-position defender at that. But just know, man, I would really appreciate it if y'all went ahead and threw on post notifications, because I'm uploading every single day, grinding every day to put out a banger for y'all. And just know that I love doing it, so do not worry about it. So the more likes that y'all continue to give me, that is only going to help me continue to grow the Rich Gang family. So again, let's go ahead and get back to the making. With this build, when it comes down to any wing, you have to make it out of the small forward position build. Now, there is one minor exception. The small ball forward can be made out of a small forward as well, and there are a few other builds that you can make out of these two positions. But let's go ahead and check out the height of 6'9". When it comes down to the weight, go with 180. And then as for the wingspan on this build, what I decided to do for my version, which is going to make it that much more better on the defensive end, go with a 7'3" wingspan, and this is going to play a huge effect on this build when it comes down to what we're going to be able to do on the defensive end. Then for the body shape, I'm going to go with builds, and that is essentially what we're going to be looking like. Now, let's go ahead and get into the breakdown of what we're going to be looking like for the physicals. For my liking, I'm going to go with an 82 speed, 80 acceleration, as well as when it comes down to our vertical. If you want to, you can go with an 80 or a 70. It really should be based off of your own preference. And then once it comes down to the stamina, I'm going to leave this at a 90. But once we go ahead and get into the breakdown of every other individual stat, please just be sure to follow along with me. So let's go ahead and start with the defensive end. Go with a 79 defensive rebound. Then that's going to bring up the offensive to a 49. Then once we go ahead and get into the block, max that out as well as our steal, perimeter defense, and you can max out that interior at a 66 and really consider what this build is going to be looking like once we add boost as well as run with the correct teammates that will have floor general and defensive leader. We're able to speed boost, have 99 perimeter defense and steal, 99 block, 26 defensive badges, 25 playmaking. Then once it comes down to the mid-range, I'm going to go with a 78, 83 pointer and a 78 free throw. That's going to bring us up to 22 badges. And then finally, for the finishing, to wrap it all up, I'm going to go with an 87 driving dunk. As for the driving layup, go with the 71, and that's going to bring up the close shot to a 49 for 14 badges. Now, I know that the badge count is much different, but as you can see, when it comes down to what we're looking like on the defensive end, this, in my opinion, is what puts my version of this build over the top of the 110 badged out build. But don't get me wrong, both versions are super solid, and I'm not gonna lie, they are very toxic for what they're able to do. So as you can see, with the takeovers, remember, this should all be based off of your own preference and playstyle. The shot creating takeover is normally something that I would pick. Sometimes I will go with the sharpshooting, but definitely when it comes down to trying to be the most comp all-around build, I would definitely recommend the lockdown takeover. Now remember, Just pick whichever you feel most comfortable with and is going to give you a boost to your playstyle. Now, when it comes down to it, I just want y'all to know that I thank y'all and I appreciate y'all, those who made it this far. So, man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below. Which state and area are you tuning in from? For this build, it really comes down to how you want to go about it for the takeovers to get that extra boost. I'm going to leave it up to y'all, but just know, thank you again for making it to the end. Let's go ahead and check out the build name, and as y'all can see, we have created the two-way pass first swing. I love y'all. I thank y'all. Thank you, God, for another opportunity. And man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Thank God and Rich out.